The revolution's begun. The time to stand up has come. We are the rocking of the throne. We are the rocking of the throne.
Hello and welcome. This is Victor Tiffany once again with the Citizens Against Plutocracy, talking to another candidate for Congress who has signed the Contract for American Renewal. Unfortunately, his video isn't working on his end, so we're going to use a still life picture of him. I want to welcome Marcus today. Marcus, I apologize, I don't have your last name in front of me. What is your last name? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
My name is Marcus Lewis. I'm a candidate for the 2nd District Congress of Illinois.
And go ahead and tell us a little bit about your background. I know you ran 2 years ago, but tell the people, what your profession is and how it is that you're running for Congress.
Well, everybody, I'm running for Congress simply because I'm former postal worker who was fired May 15th, 2014, because I ran for Congress. I once worked at the United States Postal Service out in Carroll Stream, Illinois, and I ran for Congress because I was trying to rescue my community from Michael Bloomberg, a billionaire who put in robbing Kelley back in 2013 after Jesse Jackson Jr. had resigned. I did run in the 2012 race against Jesse when the situation came out to where he had campaign finance misuse and was hiding because he claimed that he was bipolar. And so the person that's in there now, her name is Kelley, is a seat holder, and she's a do-nothing. And she's stymieing the progress in the 2nd Congressional District because we have massive store closing. The corporations are withdrawing and abandoning themselves. In fact, we were one of the stores, one of the 63 Sam's Clubs in Matteson, Illinois, where both of us reside, had closed suddenly without warning, and 175 jobs were lost. The week after that, February 3rd, we lost Target. And we lost the Lincoln Mall, which was the epitome of a mall in the 1980s, was demolished and bulldozed, had closed and was demolished and bulldozed last year.
Marcus, I hate to interrupt you, but I'm interested in your specific, not what's happening in your community, but what tell us about you. Your background besides being a postal worker.
Well, I'm a person that I got tired of dealing with the top 1/10 of 1% running everything. So I just, as a common man, put myself on the ballot. I'd never run before, and I just took the initiative. And this is my 5th run. I ran in 2012, 2013 special election. Those 2 elections I ran as an independent. And in 2014, I ran as a Democrat because it's mainly a Democratic district. And I ran in 2016 as a Democrat. And now I'm running again as a Democrat, one-on-one with the incumbent, Kelley. And what I'm trying to do is rescue. What I'm trying to do, Victor, is rescue our district and help rescue our nation, because it's under a oligarchy. The rich are running everything. They own everything. And elections are the smallest window of opportunity we have for average people to make a difference, even though all elections are corrupt. Every one of them. There's election fraud in absolutely every one. So we need the people to recognize that just because you go and vote doesn't mean your vote will be counted.
Yeah, we know how that works in Illinois. Marcus, why don't you tell people why you signed the Contract for American Renewal this year?
I signed the contract simply because I want to try, like I said, to make a difference, to join those that were like myself that were sick and tired of being sick and tired. We were going to fight this oligarchy and this plutocracy by all means necessary. Like the movies Star Wars. They called us the rebellion. They called us the rebels. And we're fighting the empire. And that's exactly what we're doing. Funny how, life, fiction imitates life. So I'm joining with those like yourself and those that are running to bring forth the people's agenda, which is we want to turn this around because the top 1/10 of 1% have taken hold of our government, and we need to free it up. And that's exactly why I'm here.
That is, in fact, the case. The contract has items that are widely popular and supported by large numbers of people. Some of them include pretty high-priced ticket items like the infrastructure of $2 trillion and the Medicare for all and the free education for qualified students. Tell me, are you just another tax and spend liberal?
No, I am going to tax, the hell out of the top 1/10 of 1%. They have, through their tax scheme law that was just instituted on December 22nd, they were waiting for years because they've been holding out profits in the Cayman Islands and in Bermuda. Trillions of dollars. In fact, they put the number of $4 trillion in corporate profit. They didn't want to bring it back. They tried to get amnesty through Obama. They couldn't get it through Bush because the House and Senate were not in Bush's hands in the last 2 years, so they couldn't get this amnesty through, where they would come and bring all those taxes, those profits onshore. And so they've now done that. And those taxes, those profits have now come back to the country on December 22nd, undertaxed or no taxes at all. We cannot allow that. That was our money. And so they're basically living here for free and then want to run the show. They can't be allowed to do that. They are what FDR called banksters. Because they are.
I understand that. Let me just get to the next question. Of those policy positions that are laid out in the contract, which one or two do you feel most passionate about? You think you're going to work on the strongest?
Well, the first thing we want to do, we want to have Medicare for all. Because the Obamacare, which I do not support, though I do understand that the public, especially though they've never had health care at all, I'm not talking against them and their health care. No, no, no. I want to give them something better. The next thing I want to do, I want to draw in the people's attention on taking back our country from the plutocracy. We want to stop all this gerrymandering throughout the states, and we want to renew the people's faith in their government, because now Congress is at such a low that it's despised. It shouldn't be that way. Government is supposed to be the standard. Corporations and government are not supposed to be working together. Government is supposed to be separate. When they talk about the separation between church and state, I also believe the separation between government and corporation.
Amen.
So that's why I'm an FDR Democrat. That's the first thing I want to tell you. There are certain things that I wouldn't stand for, but overall, the people just don't have access to money. They don't have access to resources. That's not how the government's supposed to run. Government is supposed to be of, by, and for the people, not corporations. So when Mitt Romney said, when he was running for president, he said corporations are people, my friend. No, they're not. So
yeah. He came to regret those words.
Oh, yes, he's tending to regret them. But to see, he is not giving back any money to the 47% he talked against. And I would like to throw in another degenerate. Her name is Queen Elizabeth. And she called people like you and I useless eaters. Well, I mean, how dare? And she said that there should only be 500 million people on the planet. And her grandson, William, parroted that in December. So they want this extermination program to go forth, which is what's happening. and their Illuminati nonsense. That needs to be called out. These
Sure.
people with these societies.
What is your
taken down.
primary, Marcus? If you don't mind me interrupting you again, what is your primary?
No. Primary is March 20th. Early voting begins March 5th.
Okay, so
So
you're
we're
coming
20
up here
days.
very quickly on this primary. How do you expect to use the contract to get people's attention, whether in debates or on your website? How do you expect to use this contract to gain an advantage in this primary?
To be perfectly honest, Victor, that's where you come in. Because of the short amount of time, we really have a short amount of time. 20 days, we'll be voting. 35 days to primary day. I'm going to use this platform to get the word out to those that will listen to it and are apprised of it, because there is a blackout going on here, and this platform is instrumental in helping getting the word out, because the mainstream news media is not allowing any talk on any candidate outside of how much fundraising has been done. We're not talking about ideas. We're not talking about what the incumbent or the challenger is going to do. Even the incumbent does not want to debate. She's hiding. And so this platform is instrumental, because I'm going to put it on my website. I'm going to put it on my Facebook. I'm going to do what's necessary, because people need to know. And once they find out it's about ideas, because my name is at the top of the incumbent. I won the lottery. I want to let you know that, Victor. And so there's only two names. It's mine, that means change, or you want the status quo, and that's with Robin Kelley, the incumbent.
You pretty much just answered my next question, which is why would voters want Marcus Lewis and not Kelley?
Because you want somebody like me. I am not in it for the money. I'm not. I will absolutely receive my salary. I am due that. But I'm not there to go and sell out. I don't care how many zeros is offered and they say put a number in front. I'm not doing that. Because, Victor, I want you and your listeners to remember, whoever funds you runs you. And I'm not going to have anybody run me. See, that's another thing. The people go there and to Washington and get lost. They start looking at all the perks and trinkets and all the things that is provided for them as if they're 435 little prince and princesses, and you get to the upper chamber of the Senate, you have Senate, and you have these kings and queens. No. We want to bring it back to the people, where the people, like Bernie Sanders, absolutely will not sell out. Like FDR. FDR had 2 assassination attempts on him, because the top 1/10 of 1% hated him, because he was opening up the federal treasury and using federal programs in the Congress to open up the door for the masses of the people. And so they're making us slaves right now to the corporations. And our government is not for us. But with me being there, I'm going to advocate on the House floor. Once I get there, I'm going to have special orders. And I'm going to take the 30 minutes that they give me. And I'm going to be advocating for the very things that we're talking about, like Medicare for all, like student loan forgiveness, because they're never ever going to be able to pay those off. You see,
right.
That's capitalism run amok. That we're going to cannibalize our students and saddle them with debt for the rest of their lives. They won't be able to get rid of it.
Okay.
I came out, we had grants.
Well, I appreciate that, Marcus. I appreciate your time. We've run out of time here in this segment here on Zoom, because I have the free version, so I have to limit my time with you. And I appreciate the time you spent with me today, and look forward to seeing you and representing your district there in Congress. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. I tell everybody to punch 21.
Punch 21. Thanks again, and good luck.
Revolt Against Plutocracy won't just be covering the news about the necessary revolution in the United States. Sometimes we'll be making the news. If you want to stay on top of the revolutionary actions and strategies of grassroots, genuine progressives, and our allies, please subscribe to our YouTube channel today.